Hello, lovely people. Welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I'm Penge, and welcome to this birthday. Hello, lovely people. Welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I'm Penge, and welcome to No, I've not said the birthday bit stuff yet. Gotta say the birthday stuff first, Penge, you buffoon. Hello, lovely people. No. Hello, lovely people. Welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I'm Penge, and welcome to a special video to celebrate the Geek Cupboard's 9th birthday. Happy 9th birthday, Geek Cupboard. So yes, 9 years ago, on this very day, the first video appeared in the Geek Cupboard, but please don't go and watch it, just don't do it, it's all very cringy, and I know by telling you that it sounds like I'm actually trying to make you go and watch it, but you'll be very, very disappointed, I think. If you've not seen it before, you'll go back and think, well, this is weird, this isn't the Geek Cupboard, what's going on here? Because, I was new to it all back then, I didn't know what I was doing, there wasn't sort of a style going on, I was just sort of bumbling around trying to make a video that I thought might be quite fun. And yeah, it's the voice. It's the voice. I sound like a late night radio DJ, so at the moment I'm a bit like this and it's all sort of exciting and woo, yay, fun stuff is happening and everything's exploded, that kind of a thing. But back then, 9 years ago, the video was a bit like this. And I'm sort of sounding like I'm going to introduce a nice sort of gentle, a bit of a prog rock band music coming up at midnight on this radio station. And it's very odd. It's a very odd thing. But you know what? That was 9 years ago. And 9 years on, here we are, still in the Geek Cupboard and still dishing up big old piles of nonsense for you all to hopefully enjoy. And you know what? It's been wonderful. It's been really, really good fun. Okay, we're not the best at games and we don't have the best or any editing in our videos. We're not the biggest channel in the world, but I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. We've got this little corner of the internet all safe and sound, and you're always very welcome to just turn up and hang out for a while and enjoy some Geek Cupboard nonsense. But, and I think I say this on pretty much every birthday video that we've ever done, it wouldn't be what it is without you lovely people out there. Because without you lot watching and commenting and liking and joining in and all that kind of stuff, it would just be me talking to myself in a tiny room, which would just be a little bit kind of crazy, wouldn't it? So please accept this huge, gigantic thank you from me for watching and taking part and just being part of the whole thing, because you lovely people out there are as key to it as anything else. So thank you for popping into the cupboard every so often. It is genuinely, honestly, very much appreciated. So I thought today, to celebrate the 9th birthday milestone, we should play some Farm Manager World, but we're going to do something that we haven't been able to do in our regular series, and that is grow tea. Lots and lots of lovely tea. Can we have a sustainable farm growing only tea? That is the question I would like to answer. So, right, here we go. No, hang on. Before we dive in, I'm going to say a big thank you to YouTube for sending me a sort of a fun clapperboard type thing. It's all official from YouTube themselves, and yeah, it's a fun little thing. You can do the clapperboard thing at the top, and it comes with an official YouTube pen, and you can wipe it down and write different stuff on it. It's a nice little sort of corporate toy. So yes, thank you, YouTube. That's all very kind of you. Thank you so much. But anyway, right, that's sort of that done. Back to farming business. Here we go. Let's dive into Farm Manager World and grow some 9th birthday tea. Right, here we are in Farm Manager World, and the first thing that we need to do is set up our new game. So of course we're playing on free mode, because then we can just go and do all the stuff that we need to do without being hindered by various campaign and scenario rules. And our farm is going to be called the Big Geek Cupboard Tea Farm. And I like that. That tells you everything you need to know about the farm. That is perfect. And then in terms of game settings, I've kept everything on medium, except, you'll notice, cash, which I've set to easy, because I think we should have a lot of cash to play with. I think we need a great big pile of money to play with, just so we can get more stuff done, so we can do more building work, get more fields down, get more farm equipment, and just kind of hurry things along. We can just, get things done a little bit quicker and get a farm up and running from the get-go. And I think what we're going to say is that you lovely people out there heard about the Big Geek Cupboard Tea Farm being set up, and you sent cash over to support it. So the Big Geek Cupboard Tea Farm is being supported by you lovely people out there, which is why we've got a little bit more cash to play with. And then in terms of these things here, they can all be left on. And really, I think the only big difference between this run and the regular series that we've got on the channel is our location, because in the series that we've got going on right now on the channel, we're playing in Europe. The farm is in Northamptonshire, just outside my house, of course, and that's where we're playing. But we can't really grow tea in Europe, we haven't really got the right climate. So for this run, for our run of the big Geek Cupboard tea farm, we are playing in Asia, which does have the right climate to grow quite a lot of tea, or at least I hope it does, because I've not played a game yet in Asia and Farm Manager World, so I'm hoping it's okay to grow lots of lovely tea. So that, I think, is everything ready to go. Here we go, let's go and grow some tea. Right, here we go, and look at that, we've got a brand new farm owner's house to look at. That is very nice. Oh, I like that. That's wonderful. So, yeah, there must be different farm owner houses depending on what region of the world you play in. And this is the one if you play in Asia. Oh, I quite like that. That's very exciting. Got some plants outside. That's always good to see. And they've got their washing out. They're just hanging the washing out to dry, which is also very good. You know, using the sun, using nature's dryer, which is quite nice. So there we go. That's all very fancy. But I think if we look around the map, it is pretty much the same as we've seen in, I would say all of the other Farm Manager games. We have ourselves a road coming through the middle, it's got power lines along it, and then we've got a bit of grass on this side with some trees, bit of grass on that side with some trees, and that's kind of it. That is all we have going on. So I think let's get to it, shall we? Let's grow some lovely tea. So first things first, get some fields down. Now the only thing is, we can't get big fields at the minute, which is a little bit of a shame. Can we do the field training, which means we can have bigger fields? No, we need to have a medium farm owner's house. Potentially, can we do that upgrade right now for 50,000 of our 2 million monies? Do you know what? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it immediately. Just get that done. And also, we get to see the slightly fancier house. So, boop, let's do that. Okay, yeah, nice. Oh, okay, no, not quite as nice. They've taken the plants away in front of the door, and also the washing's gone. Oh, I like having the washing out. It felt like it was sort of more lived in. Oh, there is a plant over there, and some little kind of vase type things. And then, yes, I've got that sort of covered bit. Right, so that's 50 grand down, and now we should be able to do that training. So can we do that? Yes, we can. Okay, so 10 grand, get that done. What do we need for that one? We need a large farm owner's house and agriculture expansion techniques 1. Okay, so if we get this complete and then we upgrade to a large farm owner's house for another 150 grand, we can then get this done and then we can have really big fields from the very beginning, which I think might be worth doing. So right now, we're not going to get very much happening. It's going to be a nice peaceful time down on the farm. We're just going to tick time on until that research is done. And when we could potentially, do you know what actually, we'll run time on nice and quick to get it done. We will put a road around this, because I think that's quite a good idea, because it does become like a bit of a central hub type thing. So if we build a little kind of ring road around that, that's quite nice. Okay, so that's that sorted. 3 days left until the training is done. And then I think what we'll do is, if we have the fields over here and the fields over here, and then of course fields on this side, we can put various of the bits and bobs in here, like where the machines go and the farmhouses. In fact, we might need to put some of the sort of workhouses over here as well. And the warehouses, of course. I think that might also be worth doing. But yeah, over here, look, let's maybe get in. Where do we want to put? Do you know what we'll do? Over here is where we'll put all the farm machinery. So it's sort of in the middle. That could be quite good. And then over here could be where the warehouses go. So farm machinery and people over here, and then warehousing over here. I think that seems like quite a good plan. I think we'll go for that. But let's get this done first. Come on, just finish the training. And once that first bit's done, there we go. Right. So now, upgrade this again for 150 grand. So, boop. There we go. Hang on. Go and take a look at it. Ooh, it's got a fountain now. Very fancy. Possibly a little bit excessive, but okay. Again, they've kept the plants. Have they got the washing anywhere else? Is the washing hanging up somewhere else? Hanging out a window? No, it's not. So the only loss, really, from having the sort of the fancier farm owner house is the loss of a washing line. I kind of feel like they could just put it here. I don't know why they took that out, but there we go. Never mind. Right, so now that's done, we can go back to here and then spend another 20 grand and 5 days of our time, so we can then have massive fields. Huge, big fields of tea. That's what we want. So yes, please do that. And then we need to get the rest of this stuff in. We need to get all the vehicles in, get all the sort of warehousing and all that kind of stuff in. So let's work on that, shall we? So run that up to, say, sort of there-ish, and run that up to there as well. So in here, we want to have... Now this is interesting. Tea. Would tea go into a warehouse? Oh, we're going to need this, of course. We are going to need manure storage as well, because we're going to put manure on the fields. Obviously we are, because that's what we do. It's nice and natural. So I think, yes, we need to get some of these in, and that's a warehousey kind of a thing. So down here, although would it be better placed down here with all of the farm machinery? So get in their machine, they pick up the manure, and they can go to the fields. I think possibly yes. Okay, so let's go to logistics. So a warehouse. Oh, of course, yeah, they all look a bit different. They all look a little bit different now. So yeah, the barn can hold fodder and then oil plants. And the warehouse holds ready meals, eggs, flour, meats, honey, milk. What about tea? What about tea? Does a warehouse store tea? This is what I'm not sure about. It just says other plants. I assume that's going to be fine. So I think, yeah, we'll get that in. So let's get us a couple of warehouses and we'll put them, maybe one here. Can we fit 3 along there? I don't think we can, which is a little bit of a shame. Hang on, why don't we just put 1 on each end like that? Pop 1 in like that, and then 1 in like that. Okay, I quite like that. And then in the middle, just in case we need it, can we have... Oh, it fits perfectly. Oh yeah, can we have a barn? Just pop a barn in like that, just in case we do need a barn. Right, there we go. And then we can draw the road in across the back, and then we've got a little bit of a gap just here. Do we have different decoratives? Tell me there are different decoratives, because we're in a different part of the world. Oh yes, there are different... Okay, a few. There's a few different decoratives. Different statue thing, different plant, and different fences. But the rest of it is all quite samey. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Okay, never mind. Right, I would like one of those in the middle just there, and one of those in the middle over here, because they're just jazzy and exciting. And then we'll have a couple of trees. In fact, no, we'll have 4 trees on either side like that, because again, that's quite nice. So people walk past this and they'll have a mood boost. It's not just purely, money wastage. It does actually have a bonus to it. And then we'll put a bit of fence there, and a bit there, and a bit there, and a bit there. Oh yeah, that bit can go in the side. Yeah, okay, like that, like that. Like, actually, it can't go at the back, can it? Oh, it can go at the back. Oh, okay, lovely. Yeah, we'll have that across the back as well, just to make it feel like it's sort of, sort of broken apart from the rest of it. And then in here we will have one of those gigantic planter things, which when you compare them to the size of an actual person in this game, these things are enormous. These things are ludicrously vast. But okay, right, there we go. So they can get on with that. That training can carry on. So we've got ourselves, we've got warehouses, there's a bit of storage going on. That is very handy. And then down here, we want to get those roads coming through a bit like this and a bit like that. Okay, and then over here, we want to get all of the farm equipment stuff in. And also we want to get the houses in where people work. So we're going to need, I think that's not the right button, Penge. Pressing the right button would help. 9 years, do you think about to press the right button after all that time? But no. So we could just get, that's 12 parking spaces. And then we'll make sure that we just get a repair shop to just fix up our vehicles. So we don't need the covered ones, which, hold less. They hold 6 things. Whereas that's got 12. So I think, we'll just get a number of these in. So, if we get them again, if it's facing sideways, what do we put in the middle? Because not a lot can go there, because they're 4 wide, I think. Hang on, can we just have 4 like that and 4 like that? Is that easier for them to get to than if they're down the side like that? I don't know. Do you know what? Let's have... I kind of feel like we should... Do we do things a little bit differently? I feel like we should have multiples of those sort of in a line. Hang on, get rid of that. I know we just put them in, and that's a bit silly. Sorry, everyone. Right, so if we put that just there, for example, that's in the middle. So if we go 1, and 2 and 3. Okay, they're lacking power and also lacking a road. But okay, we can sort that out. So in goes the road. And then we can sort the power out. There we go. Just pop one of those. On a corner somewhere. I don't like how you can't slot these into sensible locations. We'll put one there to connect up. Oh, like that apparently. Yep, good. And then we'll have another one on this corner that will sort of go to there and then connect to that. Okay, so they've got power, and then we can have lots of vehicles. Okie dokie. Right, let's make sure they've got power anytime you like. Have they got power? Oh no, it's not connected. Oh, I didn't connect it across the road. Hang on a minute. Like that. There you go. You are plugged in now. Please accept this. There we go. Marvellous. Right, okay. So that's that done. And now we need to get some... Oh, hang on. They're all in. Oh, yeah, they need power as well. They need power. I always forget power in this game. I always, without fail, forget that people need to plug things in. Okay, like that. And then also put another one in on this side to power that side of things. Like that and like that. Okay, right. Everything can be, all the lights can go on. You can, I don't know, boil your kettles, make the tea, all that kind of stuff. And then we need all the farm equipment, which is going to be expensive. That's going to be costly. But yes, also we do need some fields. We need some fields. And also, yeah, we need the permanent employees. We need to get a few of these in. So yeah, let's get the houses set up, shall we? So we'll have one house at... yeah, hang on. If we want that road to sort of come down a bit more, bring that road down like that. Just a teeny tiny bit. There we go. Right, and then we can see where the houses have got to go. So one at that end, I think. And one at that end. I mean, our money does come tumbling down very, very quickly. When you start building loads of stuff like this, the money does really, really fall away very quickly. But okay, right, 3 days left until we can sort of get our first big, gigantic field in. Although, over here, we are going to want, not silage, where was it? It's logistics. Yeah, we do want to get manure storage, which means it might have to go near to one of the houses over here. I mean, who's going to be the unlucky... Which is the unlucky house? Let's go for... I don't know, that one there, because... Oh, no, that's got a big rock, actually. That's got a big rock. And that's going to be inconvenient to move. So let's put it over there. Sorry, people that are going to live in that house. I do apologise. But you're going to have a big pile of manure next to you. Sorry about that. And then... because we're solely growing tea, that's the point. We're not going to do anything else. We're going to grow tea, we're going to sell tea, and possibly we're going to try to refine the tea in a factory to make, like, you know, boxed tea or whatever it is. Like, put actual, you know, not just loose leaf tea, not just selling the tea from the fields. We're going to actually properly turn it into sort of tea in tea bags or whatever that people can then drink, because that will be the ultimate goal and that will be amazing. But yeah, we do need to buy in some manure, because we're not going to have animals to make manure ourselves, as it were. So we need to do an auto trade for manure. Here we go. Lovely. So yes, we shall have some manure. Thank you very much. Purchase until you've got... I mean, they are going to be big fields. They are going to be big fields. I think... Can we only have 2,000 anyway? I think that's the maximum sort of thing, isn't it? That's the maximum that we can buy in at any one point at this moment in time. I'm fairly sure it is. Okay, but there we go. So as soon as that's done, they can then start putting manure into there, which is, I mean, I was going to say it's lovely. It is what it is. Right, here we go. 1 day left. Anytime you like. Come on. Come on, here we go. Also, why has the manure not arrived yet? Has the auto trade not kicked in? Purchase until we have 2,000 lots of manure. I would have thought somebody would have come in with... Oh, no, there you go. Oh, we've got 2,000 lots of it already. But it's gone into here, I think. Why has it gone into there? Why isn't it over? Oh, because we haven't got any workers. There are no workers to move it from the farm owner's house, which is now, let's be honest, a little bit whiffy, into the actual manure storage thing. Okay, right. So let's get our first people. In fact, we could get 5 people, 5 workers, to just go in there and do lots of moving stuff around. So they can work over here then. they can work next to manure land. So yeah, here we go. Let's get 5 people in, shall we? Click there. We want 5 people that are good at, yeah, this thing here, shipping. So the moment we'll just have one, and you're not using manual work, you're not using machines, you're not driving machines, you are purely moving things around, thank you. Although, actually driving machines, does that, okay, that might mean you're going to run off and drive a tractor, and we don't want you to do that. Okay, yeah, we'll hire you, Nathan Francis. In you come. And is that it? There is only one person out of those 12 that's got the skill required for us to sort of move stuff around. Okay, be like that game. Okay, this house here, though, they need people that are good at working on the fields. So how about, and also you, look, they slow down the wear and tear of machinery. I'm not so bothered about that because we're going to have a mechanic in working on that. So I think, yeah, let's get you two in. The plant skill. So Evie, and you can do all of these things. So unless we do employ Henry as a machine driver, no, that's just going to limit stuff, isn't it? It's all fine. So yeah, you can go into house number 2, as can you. There we go. So they're the only 2 that are good at working with plants. all of these people, and 2 of them were okay at working with plants, and they applied for jobs on a farm. Okay, no, this is fine. Right, so we've got some people. This is exciting. And then we can assign staff over here. So Nathan, you are working over there immediately. And now I think, yeah, the research is done. So we can now get our first very big field in. And I think, do you know what? Let's put it there. There is a bit of a hill, actually. There is a hill right there. Okay, that's ruined that dramatic moment. Let's put it over here. Yay. Right, and that can go like that. I can fill that in. So it's 18 by 23. I think the maximum, yeah, is 25 by 25. So it's not as big as it could be, but it is quite a big field. So if we just drop that in, it's going to cost 33 grand to get that in. But that's okay. That's fine. We can boop that in, and there we go. We've got our first field. And then I think maybe, hang on, let's go and do all this first, shall we? So fertilizer is that. Thank you very much. And oh yeah, we need to do the irrigation system thing. We definitely need to do that. Hang on, quick check of the temperature, of course. Oh yeah, there you go. It's 31 degrees C. It is quite toasty right now. I would say that's quite warm. I also imagine it's quite humid. And here we go. Let's grow some tea. So that field, it's going to take 90 days to grow the tea. We're going to need about a 6 grand investment to get the sort of tea seedlings in or whatever. And it could potentially make us 226 grand. Okay, that is quite good. And yeah, the temperature needs to be between 15 and 35 degrees C, which it is right now. And humidity 60 to 80. Okay, so if we say, yeah, 70% humidity, that would be perfect. Okay, we need the irrigation pump thing. So can we go to here? How do we get the irrigation system? Have 3 planted crops. Botherations. And to get the soil survey thing, we need 3 greenhouses. Okay, we'll put 3 down and put tea in them, of course. Just so we can get the soil survey thing to sort out the pH and the nitrogen in the soil. Right, okay, there is our first field. How do we... Can we buy more land? Are we allowed to do that right now? No, because we haven't got the training. We need... Oh yeah, neighbourhood barbecue. It's an odd name for a piece of training. Whereabouts is that? Is it under general? Yeah, 5 grand, 3 days. Just get that done. Get all of these done, in fact. Get those 2 things sorted. We'll have that whilst we fiddle about with other things. Okay, we need machines. That's what we need. We need all these machines. So we're going to get in a Riga tractor. I think because we can't have any bigger tractors. Although, again, is it worth looking at this? Unlock high-powered machines. 15 grand. And it's only 5 days. So then we can get the bigger machines. I think, do you know what? This is only 3 days. I think we'll just let them... We'll let that tick down. And we'll get that sorted. I think, yeah, are you moving manure around? Possibly you are. Yes, you are. You're picking up manure in little boxes and transporting it over here. I do apologise. that is not the glamorous lifestyle that you might have thought you were entering into. But there we go, never mind. So that field's having a bit of a moment because it's going, there's no machinery. But it's okay. We're going to invest in the big fancy machinery if we can, which I think we should be able to when we get that training done. Okay, that is that done. Again, press the right button to be helpful. No, I did press the right button. It's that one there. Right, machines then. Now we can have this. 15 grand, and we can have the proper big high-powered machines. So we can get the big tractors, get the big plows, get the big cultivators, and yeah, they'll make short work of that field. They'll also make short work of our bank account, which of course is only going one way at the moment, and that is down. But when all this is in, and we're getting tea coming in, it's going to be fine. But yeah, it's going to take a little while to get it sorted, but there we go. So let's wait 4 days for that training to complete. Right, there we go. Training finished. I'm a little bit unsure as to why we've got 4,000 manure. Have I told them to buy like 20,000 manure or something? I thought I said buy until we had 2,000. Purchase until we have 2,000 manure, but we appear to have 4,000 manure. I'm not really sure why that's happening. There's 2,400 there. Have I set that up wrong? It looks right to me. Purchase until 2,000. Okay. When enabled, the owner's house will automatically buy a resource until a given amount will be stored inside. Oh, I see. So they'll always have 2,000 in the farm owner's house, but then they take it out of there and put it over here, which means that then there's less than the sort of amount in the farm owner's house, so it tops back up again. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. That's okay. That can hold 20,000, so that's all fine. However, yeah, that training is done, so now we can get the bigger, fancier tractors. So, yeah, let's go to here, and we shall buy... so the Riga tractors are the little ones, but we don't want the little tractors. We want the fancy Etos tractor. So there's a Riga tractor with a power of 400. This is an Etos tractor with a power of 500, which is exciting. And of course, we're going to make this a nice shade of, like Geek Cupboard corporate yellow, sort of like that, I think. Yeah, there we go. Because, this is the big Geek Cupboard tea farm, so we'll have that, please. So we shall buy, at the minute we need one. At the moment we need one of those. So buy that and put that, hang on, pause time, put that over there. Lovely. Right, so we have a tractor. I'm tempted to get another one. I am tempted to get another one of those. We can't sort of clone it or whatever, I don't think. Okay, never mind. Right, so get another one of those. So buy another one of the Etos tractors. That can be a... Do you know what, actually? The tractors can all be yellow, just so we're sort of consistent across the board with that. So buy another one of those and... I don't know, put that over there at the other end. Lovely. Okay, so we've got tractors. Now we need a plough and a cultivator. Okay, so possibly, yes, let's go to here. We are going to need ploughs and cultivators and everything else. Okay, tools. So we don't want the lily plough because that has a work width of 4. We want the Rodon plough with a work width of 6 because that means they can make less trips up and down the field to do the ploughing. Yeah, I think that's the biggest one, isn't it? So we shall get one of those in Geek Cupboard Corporate Blue, which is sort of, yeah, that'll do. There we go, like that. So pop one of those in. That can go just there. And then, of course, we need a cultivator, which that was not, I don't think. So, yeah, the Esther cultivator. Is there a... Hang on. Can we just sort of search? Here we go. Right, the Rodon cultivator. The Esther cultivator has a width of 4. The Rodon cultivator has a width of 8. And it's a big, gigantic thing. These are very complicated bits of machinery. They're very impressive. Right, so like that. Make it Geek Cupboard Corporate Blue. Thank you. And we shall put that in. Oh, it's massive. Okay. Do you know what? That could go over there. That can live in there. So I think if we run time on, the people here should pop out of that house and go and grab a tractor and start... There you go, look, Maisie James is already on it, which is pretty good. Also, can we hire any people? Here we go. Yes, you. You don't need to do any of that stuff. So Samuel Jackson, you can go into there because you're good at moving bits and bobs around. Anybody else? Again, no, it's a poor turnaround for that kind of a thing, but okay, and then go to here, assign staff, and... Yeah, you, Samuel Jackson, in you go. And then over here, I think I saw a planty person. Again, limited appeal for people with the plants. Yeah, Elijah Harvey, you can come in as well. Okay, so we're getting our staff in, which is quite nice. I want to see them. Here we go. They've got the plough thing attached, which is brilliant. And now they're going to go and sort this field out. So I can go over here. And yeah, it's got a slightly wider kind of, I don't know, plough line? Whatever it is. But it ploughs a wider area. So they take less time doing it because it's less time driving up and down the field. Okay, good. Happy with that. So let's go back to over here. That was the best plough, wasn't it? Yeah, one of those. So they're only £2,000. I think we buy another one. Let's buy another one of those for when we get another field ready. So pop that in like that. There we go. Right. So we've got all those in. What else do we need for tea? Going to need a manure spreader, that's fine, and a box trailer. Right, so manure spreaders and box trailers, let's invest in a few of those. Okay, 2 manure spreaders, 2 box trailers. I am tempted to get another one of those great big cultivator things and just pop it over here. I think that's going to be quite good. What was it called? A Rodon cultivator or Rodon cultivator? I don't know, but yeah, let's get one of those. Again, I wish I could sort of template the colour to put it up there. I wish you could sort of do that to make it one of these, so I could just, have it as a default option. Okay, so change that colour. That's not changed the colour at all. Hang on, did I do something wrong there? Like that. We'll have it that colour, please. Okay, that one doesn't want to change its colour for some reason, but okay, we'll put it, I think the other one's green actually. Yeah, that didn't change its colour either, but I didn't notice. So pop that in like that. Right, okay, so we've got those in. So now we're going to need a transplanter. So that must be what gets the actual sort of seedling things into the ground. Okay, right. I don't think I've ever bought one of those before. How expensive are they? I mean, they're in the right colour, which is quite nice. Oh, they're not that much at all. Okay, yeah, we'll buy a couple of these so they can go at the front over there, look. I mean, they should go at the back, really, so the tractors can drive out the front. But never mind, that's all fine. So, right, get another one of those. Yeah, so like that, pop that in. Okay, that's 2 of those. And then we need a water tanker and a sprayer. So 2 water tankers and 2 sprayers. Ah, right, okay, we might have a little bit of an issue with getting 2 water tankers in because they are quite big. Okay, what we might need to do is put that water tanker there and then pick up one of these and then repark it over there and then move that to the front just here, and then we can get the other water tanker in. Although, even if we do that, we still don't have enough room for the sprayers, because I think the sprayers are also, I mean, they're not tiny, I don't think. So let's have a look. So a sprayer is, oh, it's only 1 by 1. Oh no, we might be alright. We might be able to muddle through. Hang on a second, can we get this to work? Do you know what? I think we can. If we put that in there, we've got 2 sprayers, 2 water tankers, 2 manure spreaders, 2 of the sort of, whatever they are. What are they? The box trailers. Got 2 of the little transplanter things, 2 ploughs, 2 cultivators, and 2 tractors. And I think that's all we need. I think that's everything we need. Oh, look at that. That is making short work of that field. That is brilliant to see. And you know what? Whilst that field isn't doing anything, could we... Actually, hang on. What's the thing we need to buy more land? How do we buy more land? Whereabouts is that? Loans, machine lease, and we should probably get that risk of injuries in buildings down, possibly. That might be quite good. Yeah, how do we unlock land? Whereabouts? Also, the repair shop, actually. Do you know, we'll get that first. We'll get that in, because that does seem quite sensible. And I think, do you know what? Over here, let's get in a field as big as we can make it. So like that, we'll have one of those. Put some lovely tea into it. Yes, please, of course. And fertilise it with that. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think that's all we can do with that right now. Oh yeah, we also do need to get the pump technology in, don't we? We could possibly, hide a pump in the middle somewhere or whatever. Maybe drop one round here or something so we can cover things over here. But there we go. Got 2 fields in now, and we still haven't used up half our money. We still haven't used up half of it, which is quite nice. That's quite encouraging. I love looking down and seeing all the Geek Cupboard corporate coloured things. That's very good. Right, so that's that bit of research done, or training, or whatever it is. So that's that finished. Yeah, where's the bit where we can buy land? Where is that? Logistics? Oh yeah, cold storage. Oh yeah, capacity upgrade and cold storage we will have. That's an additional worker slot in the owner house. That is really good, and I wouldn't actually mind having that. That's quite handy. Where's the other stuff? Staff, we're going to need that at some point. I don't know where it is. Where? Oh, no, we've already done it. We did the buy new land thing. Oh yeah, of course, we've got that sorted. And let's just reduce the chance of accidents, because that makes sense. And then I think maybe if we buy some more land, say here, for 36,000, nearly 37,000 of our farm manager money, so when out goes all the outgoings. If we do that, but then also buy these two at great expense, I think that now means we can get our first big, gigantic mega field in. Yes, and we're going to put it right there. Boom, 50 grand. Goodness me. Okay, right, tea. Yes, absolutely. We will have that like that, and I think that's all we can do with it. That's all we can do with it right now. Yeah, we need to do the soil stuff as well at some point, but yeah, it's all looking good at the minute. It's all looking good. We're waiting for manure. I think that is the current issue with why we've not planted anything, because I haven't got enough manure to fertilise the field. So hopefully that's going to be enough. I think, yeah, they're now getting on with it. They're waiting for some more manure to come in. Okay, do you know what? We will adjust the auto trade so it's 3,000. Let's do that, shall we? There we go. More training is done. Let's go and complete another bit. So animals not bothered. Fields, I wouldn't mind this, but yeah, we need the greenhouses. Oh, that's what we need. Have 3 planted crops. Okay, so we can't do that right now. Production, we'll come to that in a bit, but we're not doing that right now. Logistics. Yeah, let's get these things done. Let's get the capacity upgrade in the warehouses. Let's get that sorted out. Oh, look at that. They are fertilizing that field. This is very exciting. Why didn't they do that field first? Not quite sure. But okay, right, they're getting this field done. At least we'll have some sort of crop in. We'll have something growing, which is good. And we have got quite a lot of manure. I feel like we're spending a lot of money on poop at the minute. But there we go. That is the way we have to do things. Right, the tea is coming in. Tea seedlings are on the way. Here we go. Is that them being dropped off? Yes. 1,214 lovely tea seedlings have been dropped off, and now we haven't got enough staff. Ah, right. We need some more people. Here we go. Let's head over here and hope there are people good at working with plants. Yes, Samuel O'Connor, you're good at working with plants. You can come in. And Caleb Scott, another Caleb working on a farm. Okay, like that. So are those two going to be all right? And also, over here, I think we hire Leon McCarthy. We'll tell you not to do any of that kind of stuff. And immediately, Leon McCarthy can go and work over there in that house. Okay, that's enough people for that size of field. Okay, so they should now be running over there. I think, do they all sit on the back of the thing then? Is that, yeah, look, there's 3 of them. They sit on the back of the the little planty thing. And then they go along and they plant the stuff as it goes along. That's a lovely day out, isn't it? That's quite fun. Right, but more importantly, we are now growing tea. It's taken us a long time to get it sorted, but we're now growing tea. And this is amazing. We do need to get some money coming in. At the minute, we've made not one teeny tiny bit of cash. And we've spent nearly $1 million. We are, of course, being propped up a little bit by you lovely people out there sending us money, which is quite nice. Thank you for that. That's very kind. So, here we go. This field is going to be done. And in, 90 days? 81 days now, we can see that growing tea. And we'll get some tea, and it shall be lovely. Okay, this is excellent news. So now can they do that field? That's been cultivated. Oh, that one? Oh, the massive field is also being cultivated. And now they're watering it. Yeah, that's what we need. We need to get crops in these 3. So we can then get the pump. Because the pump means that we don't need to do watering of all of these fields. because that is going to take up a lot of tractor time. That's a lot of faffing about. So, okay, whilst we're waiting, what other training did we want to get done? Not so bothered about that, not so bothered about that. Staff limit, we're not near right now. That's okay. Additional worker slot. Yeah, the logistics building. That's going to become key eventually, isn't it? So let's work toward that, shall we? So let's get an additional worker slot in the owner's house. There we go. Any more people? Any more people that can do stuff? Any logistics people? Yes. Okay, Dylan Pierce. You can go there and you can immediately go to work over here. Dylan Pierce. And then, yeah, there were some more planty people as well. So let's get you guys in. So, yeah, Megan, welcome aboard. And actually, that was it. It was just Megan. Okay, hi, Megan. There you go. There you go. Better than nobody at all. Right. Let's let them get all this stuff sorted out. Yeah, we need to do all of that training to get the pump things in. I think that's our next big important thing. Get some pump set up. I mean, we could put one over here, look. We could put one just here. They do cover quite a wide area. So I think, yeah, that's what we'll do next. But that field is being fertilized. That one is pending being fertilized. So yeah, it's looking good. It is looking very good. Are they spraying? Yeah, they're now spraying that field for one of these things. Insects or whatever. Wet season is here. Okay, this is new. This is a regional thing. We don't have wet season in the European version of this. When we play in Europe, we don't have wet season. So how does that affect everything? I mean, it might possibly help with the sort of the humidity in the soil. I would imagine it would. Right. Okay, we'll have to see how that plays out. But yeah, for now, it's all looking good. And in fact, we can go back here, go to, which one is that one there? So we'll get that for 5 grand. And then, yeah, we'll get that for 10 grand and get a logistics building in as well. Just so they can have vans to drive around the place. Yeah, we'll grab that. Also, warehouses, you can have the capacity upgrade because that's handy. Right. There we go. We've still not quite spent 1 million monies and we've got 3 fields up and running. We haven't got 3 fields fully planted, but here we go. This is the second field planted, pretty much. It will be soon. This one might take a while to plant and it's going to take a while to get all the stuff in to fertilise it, but you know, that's okay as well. So, right, let's tick time on and try and get this field nice and sorted out, because when we've got 3 fully planted fields, we can then unlock the pump and then we don't have to water anything ever again. It just makes our life significantly easier. Right, one thing we do need to get in is a repair shop. I forgot about that because I think I just saw one of our tractors drive away over here. I assume that's to possibly go and get repaired, or maybe it's to go and get fuel. I'm not quite sure, but whatever the case, we do need to get a repair shop in anyway because they are quite handy. So grab one of those and we'll put that, let's put it over there, you know, over the big rock. We'll just pop that in like that, right in the middle of where all our machines are, and that makes perfect sense. Okay, so they can look after all the things. This is good. That tractor comes back in, they can do the roof dance, and there we go. We have a repair shop. Okay, yeah, we are doing the logistics training, research stuff, so we can get logistics building in, which we could put over here somewhere, potentially. Could sort of tuck it around here, because that'd be quite handy. Just there you go, they can go from here or also over here. So I think, I mean, yeah, would it fit in that gap? Would it fit in that gap? Or do we need to leave a gap for the pump to go into there? Maybe we do. And yeah, if we could get this field sorted, in terms of manure, that'd be great. I don't know how much they need. How much manure do you need to do this field? Needs 20,000 kilograms to fertilize, and we've got what, 14,000. Okay. We're a bit woefully short there. So that'll just keep piling up, I think. That'll just keep piling up and up in an unpleasant sort of whiffy kind of a way until we've got 20,000 kilograms. I mean, that's got to be full. This manure storage thing is going to have to be full. Oh, that's a bit unpleasant, isn't it? Okay, what I think we might do, we might get another one of those in. Oh, we've dropped under 1 million. We've dropped under 1 million. Oh, dearie me. Okay, put another one of those there. That won't take that long to get in, I don't think. And then build a road like that. Bring the road, build the road. There we go. Road across like that, and then across like that. Okay, So that's now all connected up, which is lovely. I haven't put any decoratives around. People aren't going to be happy. Hang on a minute, hang on. Yeah, we'll put one of those just there and one there. I like that. They're fun things. So one like that, one like that. And then we'll have, I mean, yeah, these are only 100, these little sort of statue things. So we could pop those, maybe have one of them just sort of on the side of the building. So people walk past and go, oh, that's nice, isn't it? And they feel inspired. Right, there we go. And the logistics thing is done. So we need to get that field done, but we still haven't quite got enough poop to put on it, which is a bit of a shame. Although the tea over here, looking pretty good, it must be said. Look at that. Lots of rows of lovely tea. Oh, I can drink all this. This will keep me going for a couple of days. Okay, right, run time on quickly. And we will have a check on logistics and the logistics building. So that would not fit into there. Okay, it is bigger than I remembered it to be. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. We'll put it just here. So drop that in, and we are going to need to get a couple of people to work in it, of course, and they can live in here. That's fine. This can be, hang on, we can rename that. This can be logistics house. There we go. That's fine. And this can be tea field house, because that's fine. Tea field house sounds like quite a nice place. I'd live there. Right, so get that done. That is sorted. Okay, pause time for a second. Have we got two people that are good at that kind of thing? No people good at that. Botherations, although we have got people that are good at working with plants, which is what we want. So, yeah, Elliot Kelly, you can go and work in the tea field house, and Aria Webb, you can also do that. So that house is now full, but that's good. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And then over here, yeah, we do need to wait for that to refresh until we've got people that are good at doing the production, not production, the shipping stuff. But yeah, okay, fine. Let's wait for that to do its thing, and let's wait for us to pick up significantly bigger piles of poop. Hang on a minute. Can we do anything else over here? Refrigeration systems? Do you know what? Might be worth doing. We'll go and grab that whilst we're there. We might as well. Can we unlock? Oh, to have our own little gas station refueling thing, we need a garage. Okay, that's a bit of a bother, isn't it? Because I don't really want one. But do you know what, game? I'll put one in if it keeps you happy. We'll have it here, look. We'll just put it there. 20 grand. Ouch. But okay, there we go. So 20 grand goes in. We can store, I don't know, something else over there. But more importantly, that means we can then do whatever that was. Oh no, we can't because we're doing the other training, of course. Hang on, we'll have to wait until that's done. What's the problem there? Oh yeah, the logistics building hasn't got any people in. Have we got any people that can do that now? One. Eliza Wheeler. Okay, Eliza Wheeler, you come in and immediately we'll assign you into there, please. There we go. Right, so one person is working over here. And, yeah, we need to get another person in. Come on, refresh that list. No, not refreshing the list. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for a new person that can work over here. Okay, I found nobody to work in the logistics building, but our manure pile has come considerably down. So I assume, yes, they fertilised that field. At long last, that's been done. And quite a lot of tea plants are on the way. And, okay, another 277. How many does it take? I imagine quite a lot, because it's quite a big field. But once that's in, that means we'll have the 3 fields planted. So then we can get the irrigation thing sorted. And yeah, 42 days until that's done. Oh, this is wonderful. And then we can have tea. One thing I am curious about, over here, they've planted the tea that way round. So, I mean, I don't know there's not a compass, so I don't know which way north is. So just because the game defaults to that sort of direction, I'm going to say that's north. So they've planted them in rows running from sort of, yeah, west to east, east to west, horizontally, if you will. But over here, they're running vertically, north to south, south to north. I don't quite know why they've done that. And they're doing that over here as well. Is it the size of the field? I don't know. I don't quite know why they've done it that way round, but whatever the case, that's what they've done. That's fine. Right, so let's go to here. Can we do that thing yet? No, we haven't got 3 planted crops just yet. But just you watch, game. Very soon we will. We will have 3 planted crops. Come on, let's get this done. Come on, tractor. Hang on. Pause time. Can we get another person? Yes, finally. Lowry Lambert. We'll just leave you on all of those things because immediately, unless there's another one as well. Oh, there's more. Okay, yeah, Charles as well. We'll have, so we'll have 1 person working in here. So assign staff. So Lowry Lambert can work in there, and Charles can be the final person. Can't assign staff because there is a working logistics building nearby. What? Does that matter? I want them to work in there as well, please. Right. That doesn't really make any sense, but okay. Right, we might have hired a person that we can't really use, but not to worry. Never mind. It's all okay. Here we go. Let's get this done. Come on, tractor. Come on. Let's get this stuff planted. Okay, I think the final tea plants are going in, and there we go. It is done, which I think means we should be able to go to here and now get this irrigation system. So yeah, only $5,000 to do that. That's fine. What do we need for the soil thing? Oh, 3 greenhouses. Okay, that is a little bit of a faff, isn't it? That's a little bit of a faff and a bother. But they don't need to be big greenhouses. They could just be the little greenhouses. We don't need grandiose ones because we have grandiose fields. So I think let's get 3 greenhouses in as well. They're not even that expensive, I don't think. They're $5,000. So what if we tucked them... What if we put them here? Because that's where the workers live. So we could just put them here, look. So we can have 1 and 2 and 3 like that running down there. Pop ourselves a road in like so. There we go. They're going to need power, I imagine. They're going to get fussy about that kind of a thing. So yeah, pop that in like that. That can run all the way to there and then across like that. Oh, it's gone a bit wonky, but it's fine. It's fine. It's a Geek Cupboard farm. There is a certain level of expected wonkiness, I feel. Right. So get those in. 3 greenhouses. There we go. Everyone do the rooftop dance. Very nice. We should have waited. We should have waited until today to put them in because we just paid 750 money's worth of maintenance on these. And they're only brand new, dearie me. Okay, and of course we can't grow anything else in them apart from tea because that is what we're doing here. Pump we can't do at the minute, but that's okay. And yeah, manual work. It has to be manual work. And we want that to be on 70. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll do the same for all the others. Get some tea in, of course, and switch that to good old classic manure. And then go to here, have tea, and put that onto classic manure. And there we go. Oh, hang on. I haven't ticked the manual work box, have I? There we go. So allow people to go in and do the stuff. Right. That means we can now get, yes, we've got the 3 greenhouses in. So now we are working on that. And then we can get this done afterwards. So 12 grand means we can get the soil survey tool. Then we can survey the soil. And then we can get all the sort of nitrogen and pH stuff improvements in. And just make our soil better and get even more yield from it. Which is going to be super, super handy. But how long's left on there? 29 days. 29 days until tea o'clock. It is going to be glorious, but a little while to go. Let's get the irrigation stuff done. Let's get that done, and then we'll drop a pump in, and we'll see how expensive it is to get these fields automatically irrigated. Okay, we now know about irrigation systems. Let's learn about expert ground assessment, shall we? 12 grand goes in, and there we go. But now we can get a pump in, and they're not even that expensive. 5 grand. And I think, yeah, if we just sort of took one, maybe even, yeah, look at that, around the back of this house, or even around the back of that one there, because, yeah, we've got more space over here to go and sort of expand into. So if we put, say, a pump just there, then, I mean, yeah, it should have power. Why haven't you got power? Oh, there you go, you have got power. Right, so now the question is, how expensive is it going to be to get this sorted out in terms, I mean, look at the humidity. It is rainy season. It is rainy season, so the humidity is 93%, and it needs to be 70, so maybe we don't need this right now. Okay, right, that is quite expensive. So to install the irrigation system on the great big tea field, it would cost 100,000 farm manager monies. That's quite a lot of money, particularly given that the humidity, as we've just seen, is quite high right now. I don't know if we need to do that. I don't know if that's going to help or not. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's on 94. That's on humidity 100%. And that's on 100%. Okay. Maybe we don't need to irrigate our fields because the sky is doing it for us, it seems. Although the sky can't water the tea in the greenhouses, can it? So maybe we do install the irrigation systems for the greenhouse tea. So yeah, we'll go for that, please. It's only 2,197 farm manager monies. That is a little bit more reasonable. So they don't need to water those again, because that again just takes up time for our people. There's only 8 people in that house looking after all the field stuff, so that's going to save quite a bit of time for them, just not having to go back and water stuff. Right, okay, we can now analyse the soil. So let's go and do that over here, shall we? What is the soil like over here? Is it okay? Is it terrible? Let's go and find out. Oh, it's really quite bad. Okay, that is not very encouraging, is it? So we now want to make sure that this is all okay. So it's got to be pH of between 5.5 and 6. So yeah, that means we want pH of 6. Oh, that's really low. That's very low. And then nitrogen 100 to 150. At the minute it's 101. So if we put 125, there we go. So 125 and 6 is what we want. But yeah, we haven't analysed those fields yet. So here we go. This is where the cost is going to mount up, isn't it? So if we do that, that's going to be, I'm going to say the cost mounting up. It is, only 10 grand. But yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth doing. So we'll work on that. And as soon as that field has been assessed, we can then go and set those parameters there. That field isn't that bad. That one's okay. So what was it? 125 and 6. Okay, so set it here. So 125 and 6. Thank you very much. That field's okay as well. That is not too bad. And in terms of the nitrogen, it's pretty much spot on. Right, okay, this is good. How long left until that harvest? 12 days. Only 12 days. And then we get our first lot of tea. We do not have a broadcast spreader. So we can't put these sort of the pH fixing and nitrogen fixing stuff into the fields. Okay, we can sort that. They can go into there, look. We've got that kind of garage thing that we had to put in. So yeah, we'll get that. So what was it? A broadcast spreader. There we go. So yeah, we'll have a couple of these, please. They again can be in a lovely shade of Geek Cupboard Corporate Blue. Make it a tiny bit blue. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, we'll have, I don't know, got 3 fields. So let's have 3 of those. Although we only have 2 tractors. So let's get 2 of these. Do you know what? I think we treat ourselves to a brand new tractor. I think that sounds like quite a good idea. So we get another one of these broadcast spreader things and then get another tractor. So we can have 3 tractors out and about doing stuff in the fields because we have at the minute 3 fields. So I think, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll buy another broadcast spreader thingamajig. Again, we have to change the colour to a proper shade of Geek Cupboard Corporate Blue. That will do the job. Pop that in like that. And then let's get another tractor. Let's get another ETOS tractor. Thank you very much. They're, of course, in the nice shades of Geek Cupboard Corporate Yellow. Make it a little bit... There we go. Kind of like that, isn't it? Like that. So buy that 80 grand. Pop that in like that. You can drive out forwards. And there we go. Lovely. So now we've got another tractor. So yeah, we can, be working on all 3 fields at the same time, which makes sense to me. That seems like quite a sensible thing. And oh yeah, they're nitrogen fertilizing at the minute. So I don't know how long's left until they're going to be harvested. But I don't think it can be that long at all. It's going to be a matter of a few days, possibly less than 10 now, is it? Let's see. As soon as they finish this, that should tell us. Come on. Show us this. Give us the information. And... oh, 12 days. Okay, so not quite under 10, but not far off. And the nitrogen is now looking pretty good. So we should get a bit of a bonus from that. We're not going to get a bonus from the humidity. Because, yeah, the tea is a bit soggy. The tea is a little bit soggy. And it's so soggy, in fact, that, yeah, we're getting a little bit of a penalty on the yield on that. But never mind. That's all fine. And you look at that, they're working on the other fields as well. Oh, this is wonderful. This is very exciting. So, really, I don't think we need to do any more training stuff. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking that possibly we now stop spending money on training stuff, because at some point soon, I mean not right now, but at some point soon, we're going to have to go through winter. So I think, yeah, we need to keep some money aside to make it through winter, because this farm is going to do nothing during winter. All it's going to do is pay out wages to the staff and pay maintenance on the buildings. It's not going to make any income at all, because of course the tea isn't going to grow when it's cold. Although I don't know how cold it gets. How bad is winter? I'm applying European winters to this, but I mean, yeah, does it get... do you know what? I don't know, actually. I'm not really sure. We will find out, possibly. I kind of written off winter because you can't grow anything. But yeah, maybe in this part of the world, in Asia, it's not quite as bad. I don't know. Do you know what? Now I don't know whether that's a thing or not. We shall find out. But yeah, 7 days until we get our first lot of tea. Oh, this is a very, very exciting moment. We're about to go on our very first tea harvest. That field is ready. I don't know where the people are. No, here we go. Here we go. You pulling up over here. So the tractor is ready with the thing, with the trailer. Do we need people? Do we need people to just go in and do the harvesting manually? I think they do. Yeah, they go in, look. They all walk into the field and they... yeah, go and harvest all the little kind of tea leaves manually. Okay, that's very exciting. We are harvesting tea. This is brilliant. This is what we wanted to do. This was the whole purpose of this, to get tea grown and harvested. And now we can have a lovely cup of tea with tea that we've grown. This is amazing. I mean, yes, okay, there's a little bit of work to do to make it, sort of cup of tea ready, but we've at least got the first bit done, which is amazing. A little bit of a traffic jam being caused here by a poorly placed tractor, but do you know what, actually, I suspect maybe that isn't going to bother you too much. Oh, farm manager, never change. Also, I think maybe whilst they busy themselves doing that, I think, I didn't realise you could do this. If you go down and click on the little sort of weather icon in the corner, it pops up like a sort of a weather planner type thing. So in this month, we can see that the minimum temperature is going to be 26 and the top's going to be 32. And there's going to be 195 millimetres of rain, which we are seeing. Everything is quite soggy, and no snow. And then next month, the temperatures are broadly the same, but less rain. And then, yeah, definitely less rain as we get into the winter months. So I don't know if we do shut down for winter, because look at that. The minimum temperature in December is 13 degrees C and the maximum is 24. So I don't know if we will shut down. Or, do we just keep going all the time? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Also, harvesting, we're halfway through. We should possibly at the top, actually, hang on, we should add tea, just to see how much we've actually got. That's a tea seedling. This is what I would like to get to at some point, packed tea. I would like to get that, but first, let's just get one lot of tea in, shall we? Get one lot of tea. Look at this. I'm going to watch this all the way through. I want to make sure that it works. Yeah, a bit of a problem with the humidity. So maybe on the next couple of harvests, that'll be fine. But, because, it'll have stopped raining by then. But at the minute, we're harvesting in the middle of rainy season, the tea is a little bit soggy. But that's okay, it's part made. It's fine, that's what we're doing. Right, the harvest, I think, is done. Are they moving? Where's the tea? Is that the tea? I think they've put the tea, is it under like a sheet? I think they've put it under like a blue sheet or something to keep the rain off. Oh, that's quite a nice touch. So I think they've moved the tea into here. So 5,746. Again, I'm never really sure what it is, but like kilograms of tea or whatever. That's now in the van, and it's come down here. It's ready for sale. We can now make some money. Finally, there you go. Harvesting is done, and because it's on a tea plant, a tea, whatever it is, a tea. I don't know what it is actually. Because it's on a tea plant, we'd have to do all the stuff again. We don't need to plough it and cultivate it and do all that kind of stuff. We can do this stuff, we can fertilise it and what have you, but I don't think we need to kind of redo it again. We don't need to plough it because the plant's already in. They're just going to grow new little sort of tea buds and we can do that again. This field is ready. They're over here. We could do with some more people, possibly. We could do with more people. Do you know what? Over in... Hang on. we've got ourselves a space here. Is it worth, let's go to, social. Can we get another house in just here? Yes, we can. So if we pop a house in there, and again, we don't want to spend all of our money, but if we pop a house in, hang on, we can make some money. Why am I not selling the stuff? The price of tea has come crashing down rather sadly, but how much do we get for selling all that tea? 111,000 farm manager monies. Do you know what? We're going to do it. Let's sell it on. Let's gift the world tea. And people can live better lives because this tea can be used to make lovely cups of tea they can drink, and they can be inspired by the tea that we've grown here on the big Geek Cupboard tea farm. And we will take a cool 111,703 farm manager monies. Thank you very much. Okay, right. We've made some money. Look, we've actually got profit. Finally, good grief. Okay, and then when this is done, we'll get some more people. We'll just employ like a couple of extra people, just that are good at working with plants. Anybody? Yeah, James Hopkins. You can go over there, yes. So that's one person. Emma Ford, you can come in. And Blake Owen, you can come in as well. So 3 more people to help out with the whole sort of tea harvesting thing. And also the greenhouses. They're going to be growing the stuff as well. So, right. This is... Oh, now we're getting tea from here. This is brilliant. That's going to take a bit longer because it took a long time to get that all sorted. I think maybe what we could do is, where do we put another really big field? I'm thinking maybe, do we put it here? Because if we've got another gigantic tea field, that's going to be a load of... a gigantic harvest of tea. And, we want more tea. We want more tea to send out to the world, to improve it, to make it a better place. So I think, let's do that. Let's get that sorted. We'll build a little track around the edge, just to kind of, aid logistics and such. So we'll do that, and then just hit... In fact, hang on. What's the soil like? If we do that, and go, maximum field size. So go like that. Does the soil look okay? Sort of. The top bit's a bit dodgy, but oh no, hang on, there's a big red bad bit over there. Okay, so it needs a bit of work. It needs a little bit of work, but I think we drop that in. 50 grand to get that in, and then hang on a minute, do all the stuff. Tea, like so. And yes, it was 1, 2, 5, and 6 for that, and then the humidity needs to be desired value 70. There we go. Right, so another big tea field has gone in. This is very exciting. This is all good stuff. We're growing so much tea. And yet we've not even been going that long. We've not done a year of tea growing yet, and it's looking pretty good. So there we go. And the tractor's already here doing the ploughing, which I imagine is quite soggy at the minute on account of all the rain. But there we go. In not too long at all, in about a week's time, it'll stop raining. Or, okay, it might rain a bit less. And then, it might make life a bit easier. Might get some more yields off of our fields because it's going to be a bit less soggy. But, okay, let's see how much tea comes out of this field. How much stuff can we get from this field of lovely, lovely tea? Hang on a minute, We wanted to get a gas station, didn't we? So our vehicles can refuel on site rather than having to drive away to do it. Let's do that. 8 grand. I mean, that's going to be nothing when we sell all the tea on from there. So let's do that. And then, maybe in that gap there, we could put a little kind of, fueling station type thing. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Just pop that into that gap. That'd be quite good. Right, there we go. Training done. Let's build a little fuel station type thing. There we go. Gas station, 15 grand to build. Maintenance, 50 per month. But it means our vehicles don't have to drive away into town or whatever. I don't know. They don't have to go all the way over there to go and refuel. They can do it over here. And I think, we'll just drop it in there. That seems like a pretty good place for it. It's opposite where all the vehicles are sort of parked. So yes, pop that in like so. And there we go. They can now refuel over here. Also, you might notice that we've got quite a lot of tea because, they harvested that field and now it's ready for sale. So how much can we get for this? Tea prices, they are climbing a bit actually. The demand is possibly coming back up a little bit. The demand for tea is currently minus 6%, which is a little bit of a shame because that, of course, means we get less for it. So Is it worth sort of keeping hold of that? Do we want to keep hold of that? How long does the tea last? That's a good question. I don't know how long the tea lasts in there. What is the... Can we figure that out? Does it tell us? What's the shelf life of tea? Like, how long does it last? Hang on, I'm going to pause that and just go to tea. I think it tells you on here. Oh, it's going to expire after 730 days. Oh, that's fine. And that can just stay in there until the prices come back up again. That can just stay there. It's a shame we can't sort of monitor the price. I assume we can't click down here to sort of keep an eye on that product. It'd be quite good if we could say, do you know what? Yes, I'd like to keep an eye on tea. Because, yeah, it's now on -6%. Oh, it was -7, now -6. Packaged tea, however, up 7%. Which does then make me think, do we start... We'll have to sell all that first to make some money. But how do we get packaged tea? Which building allows us to do that? It's a production building. So it's not going to be the bakery. It's not the biorefinery. It's going to be one of these. So not textiles, not the smokehouse, not the slaughterhouse. It's not the milk processing plant. Not fruit processing, not vegetable processing, frozen food, oil factory. It is... it's the last one on the list, of course it is. The food processing plant. Okay, one of those would allow us to turn our regular tea into lovely packaged tea in a nice box or a tin. And yeah, it's probably... we can offer different varieties, we'll say. We can have tea bags, we can have decaf, we can have loose leaf tea. But yeah, we need to get in a food processing plant. Okay. How do we get one of those in there? So production, food processing, here we go. So one logistics building, one warehouse, 10 employees, and 35 grand to get that done. Okay, do you know what? Yes. What do we need for that thing? 3 buildings from the category production. Oh, crikey. Okay, yeah, we do want more production lines. And we do want that as well, actually. Okay, let's get that done first. Let's get that sorted. Okay, so 15 days. That's going to take a while. How long until that's done? 28 days. Okay, that's nowhere near being done. Although, they are working quite hard on the other big field. They're sorting out all the kind of nitrogen and everything else. So, you know, it's taken a while on account of the size of the field. But again, once that's in, that can just then, you know, be like these. We don't have to replant it, don't need to replow it, cultivate it, all that kind of stuff. Once it's in, it's in. So yeah, a little while to get sorted. A little bit of a sort of a faff and a fill to get it in, but after that it's just going to produce lots of lovely, lovely tea for us to drink. Okay, great big factory training is complete, so I don't think actually right now we can build one, can we? I don't think we can get one in because it's just too expensive. Okay, that's a little bit of a bother, isn't it? That is a bit of an issue. 750 grand. Crikeys. And I think as well, the other stuff over here, we can't get that in because we need 3 production buildings and that needs 2. So yeah, if we get 3 of those factories in, we can then make them a bit better. But yeah, other things, I mean, I suppose technically we could just put in a silage pile. We could just go, yeah, there you go, there's a silage pile, 3 of those buildings are in, and it would allow us to then get that research stuff, get that training done. But that does seem like a bit of a bodge. But yeah, I don't think... I mean, we're never going to be able to afford 3 of those. They're 750 grand a piece. They are rather expensive. So, yeah, if we were to sell that, 226 grand. So even if we sold all the tea that we've got right now, we still wouldn't be able to afford the big kind of factory building thing. And also, of course, all the training stuff as well to make it more effective. So, yeah, we might have to wait a while for that. Might need to wait a while. I think the good news is that because we've been stockpiling manure, as soon as they've done the pH fertilisation stuff on the second big field, they can just get round to fertilising it with the manure immediately. There's going to be no delay. They don't have to wait to get it in because it's going to be there, which is lovely. So I think we'll let them do that. They can do that fertilising, which they should be able to do. And I'm thinking... do we get another big field in? Do we just put another gigantic field in over here to bring in even more money? I think we possibly should do. So let's just go and sort of zone that out. So yeah, it's going to cost a little bit of money to do the soil survey thing. It's looking good. It's looking very good. I'm sure something over here will ruin it. There we go. Big rubbish bit in the middle there. But huge big load of nonsense. Okay, never mind. But I think we get another gigantic field in. Do that. 50 grand. We'll have some more tea, because that's the whole point of why we're doing this. We want to do that. 70%. And it was 1, 2, 5 and 6. Okay. I am very happy with this. And, yeah, the pumps might have to wait, I think. We might have to wait to get pumps set up because they're just going to be way too expensive. But yeah, we'll bring a road around the edge as well because we can. And yeah, really, I think the next big thing that we want is that we want, 5 days. 5 days until that's ready for harvest. Okay, that's exciting. Oh, that's only got 1 day. Oh, crikeys. Right, we're going to have a lot of tea coming in soon. We might be able to build our first factory. And then I think once we've got the sort of packaged tea sorted, I'm going to be quite happy with that. I think we can draw a line under it and say, do you know what? Jobs are good and we've done some good work there. Everything is fine. I think they're ready to put the things in as well, look. I just saw them delivering the sort of tea seedlings or whatever they're called to the second big field over here. I think we need to kind of rename them. That's Big Field 1. That's Big Field 2. This is Big Field 3. In fact, you can rename them, can't you? There you go. Big Field 1. There we go. We are going to call them proper names. And this is Big Field 2. Lovely. And then over here, we've got, yes, you've guessed it, Big Field 3. Wonderful. And then we've got, what can we call this one that's being harvested right now? Little Field by the Hill. That sounds quite nice. Little Field by the Hill. That sounds like a nice pub you could go to. And this one can be Medium Field. Just nice and straightforward. There we go. So now they've all got their names. Not enough staff. Possibly because they are... There you go. There's enough staff now. I think it's because they were doing other things. But now they're ready. Oh, and all the greenhouses are ready as well. Oh, this is going to be magnificent. Okay, there's not enough staff to do the planting over there because they're all busy doing harvesting. Okay, right. And, okay, we've got even more tea. We've got so much tea now. Okay, right, let's let them finish the first harvest of our first big field. I mean, it's going to take a while. That bar is not moving very quickly. But once this is done, that's going to be a lot of tea. Right, they're busily working away on Big Field 1. They're about, 2/3 of the way through. In the meantime, I've gone and employed some more people over there in that house because, dry season is here. Right, okay. Now do we need to do irrigation stuff? I don't know. Hang on, we'll deal with that in a second. But yeah, I got some more people on board because now there's other people to go around and do other bits and bobs. Oh, that field's got bugs. Okay, hopefully they can sort that out in a moment. But yeah, the greenhouses needed doing, so they were sort of pending and various other things needed sorting out. So we've grabbed some more people so we can do more stuff, which is quite handy. I still don't think we've got enough people to... Yeah, they're waiting to plant. They're waiting to plant over there. But yeah, I think we might need just a few more people. Although, no. Now I don't think we do. I think... Oh, they finished harvesting. It's done. Okay, so because that's finished harvesting, that frees up quite a lot of people who are just stood around over here. Oh! Did we just witness some sort of terrible accident? Or did they all just hop into the back of the planter thing in dramatic style? No, they're all there and they're all alive. They just kind of smoothly got into those seats, did they? Well done. Okay, but there we go, look. That is going in. That is brilliant. They're working on the nitrogen for that field. And yeah, look at that. That is coming in. We've got quite a lot of tea. We've got an awful lot of tea to sell. And yeah, over here as well. Do you know what? I haven't checked the temperature for this. 20 degrees is what the greenhouses are set to. 25 would be the optimum. That's sort of in the middle, isn't it? We'll make the greenhouses a little bit toastier. There we go. Just, up the temperature a little bit. So that one, we did that one. We did the middle one. We did the one at the end. Okay, so do this one here. So 25. There we go. Right. This is looking good. So I think we've got just under 400,000 farm manager monies. that field is hopefully going to get sorted out in terms of bugs, because that's not good. There we go. Right, bugs are going to be dealt with. That's nice. Over here, oh, now that's ready for harvest. So they're all running over there to do the harvesting there. Oh, crikeys. Okay. We have got room for one more worker over there in the logistics house. Can we assign another person? No, again, that's a bit weird, that rule there, but I don't quite understand that. Right, now more tea is going to be coming in. So how long until that's going to be? 41 days. That's still not quite planted yet, and they're still working on the soil. But okay, right, it's looking very good. It is looking very good. So I think as soon as all that tea's come in, as soon as all that's harvested, we will look at what we can do. Oh, I was going to say it's raining. This is good. Considering the game said it's dry season, a little bit of rain is quite good because, the humidity is certainly coming down a bit now. So yeah, they're going to have to do a lot of watering on the fields. But we'll see what we can do with the money that we get from, when we do sell all the tea. Because we should have, about 40,000 kilograms of tea to sell, which would be quite good. What's the current going rate? And it's still a -5%, which is a bit unfortunate. But there we go. So we'll harvest this and then see what money we can make from all of our tea. And then we'll see whether we can build a great big factory thing. I would like to get one of the big factory things in, just to make at least just one teeny tiny box of packaged tea. Just if we could make a tea bag, that would be an achievement. So we'll see what we can do with the money we get when this is all done. Okie doke, that field's been harvested and we've now got 46,368 kilograms, I assume, of lovely tea to sell. So let's see how much that makes us. Again, we're still on -5%. The value of tea hasn't kind of crept back up yet. So what would we get if we were to sell all of that tea? Nearly 1 million farm manager monies. Do you know what? What have we got now? 346. So we could do that and we could build the thing. We could build a factory and have money left over for, paying the bills and such like. I think that sounds like a good idea. There's 26 days to go until that's going to get more tea. 70 days for that one, and this one they've not quite got round to. Oh, but they're fertilising it, which is often the sort of the slow bit of this process, but they've got round to that. That's quite good. Do you know what? I think that's what we do. How long until these are done? Yeah, they're going to be done as well soonish. Do you know what? Let's do that. Let's sell all of the tea for 916,000 monies. So we'll do that. Boop. There we go. We are now back over 1 million farm manager monies. And now I think, let's build our first factory, a food processing plant. So we're going to need people to work in it, but I think all of our worker houses are full at the moment. So what we might need to do is get another one of those up and running. Now we could, I mean, is it worth getting another little field into here? Just because it's another tea field and that's what we're here to do. Is that worth doing? Fit that into that gap and then put the factory over here? But then if we want lots of factories, they're going to have to go in a line somewhere. So do we put them over here in a line? Is that going to be Factory Town? And then build a little worker house over there? I think maybe that's what we do. That's what we do. So we're going to have a tiny tea field. In fact, hang on a second. Hang on. How tiny can it be? It could go out over there. That could be what we do. So we'll analyse the soil. Yep, this is dodgy bit in the middle, but okay, never mind. We're still going to go there. It's all fine. Right, and then bring that down to about there. And then, we'll have another field, please. I would like another field just here. And, hang on. We shall set this up with tea. Splendid. And change that. That's 1, 2, 5. That is 6. And there we go. Right, they can work on that. That's going to be snazzy. And then over here, we will have a road going up like that on the side of there. And then, we'll have factories. We shall have factories along here. So our first one can be just here. So pop it in on the side of the road, because why not? So this is going to be a huge expense. This is not cheap, but we're going to pop that in like that. Okay, we've got a factory. We are going to have a factory, and we need people to work in the factory. So pop in a teeny tiny house. Run time on very quickly. because I'd like to get that house complete, because then we can put some nice decorative bits around it. So yeah, we'll have one of them just there, just out the front. Lovely. And then we will have, let's have like a few of those. Just dot those around as well. Oh, we need some power. I always forget about the power. Okay, pop it there. Go like that and then connect it. Or did it connect across the road? Oh, I think it did. Again, it's a bit wonkaloids, but it will do the job. Right, and then we need production people, but also that building needs to be finished first. So let's let them work on this. We've still got 418 grand. So we're not going to run out of money anytime soon. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's chilly at the minute. It's a bit chilly. Why has that got no power? Why is there no electricity to that building all of a sudden? Did I delete something? Oh, hang on a minute. I've probably deleted a pylon thingamajig. Hang on. Connect that up. There we go. All sorted. Stand down, everybody. Tractors are busy. Water tankers are busy. However, I think this is done. Right. There's our first food processing plant thingamajig. So go into here. And yeah, that's making dumplings, which are delicious, yes, but we don't want to make dumplings. We want to make packaged tea. Here we go. 240 lots of regular tea becomes 200 lots of packaged tea. So we will do that, please. And then the game's going to say you haven't set up a thingamajig. But I don't quite know how you do that. But we need people to work in here. So I think, yeah, if we get one person who is good at production, you, manufacturing, Harvey Webster. So put you into, I mean, that's a silly name for that house. Hang on. Let's call it Factory House. That sounds like a trendy bar you'd go to. Okay, and then assign you to there. Okay, so we've got at least one person working in there, which is very good. And you're going to run off, and I think you're going to struggle to find some tea, to be honest. You might have a little bit of an issue with that. Also, fix that. I don't really understand that, but that'll do. I think, yeah, it's giving permission, isn't it? You're saying, yes, take tea from here and put it over there, please. So yeah, it's going to struggle at the minute because we haven't got any tea. But soonish, we're going to be ready. We're going to get tea from 60 days. That's not quite good enough. But, oh, the humidity. The humidity is now coming down. Okay, right. Little field. That field there, humidity 54. So how much is it to get the irrigation in? 32 grand. So do that. That means you never have to water that field ever again. And do the same on that one, 66 grand. And then maybe, as a little gift to ourselves, let's spend 100 grand on getting big field 1 set up with an irrigation system. There we go. So there you go. Look, the humidity is now perfect. The other fields are going to struggle, which is a shame, but we will work on that as we go. Found that field there, 60 grand. You know what? Do it. Because then that's just done then. So it's the 2 big fields. We need 200,000 monies to get them sorted. I'm sure it'll all be fine. What's that? Not enough resources, tea. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, we know that to be the case. That's okay. Right, let's harvest some tea. 23 days for that, 33 days. That's being sprayed. 1 day. Okay, so very soon they'll come over here, harvest that, and then some of that tea will go into here. And then we can make some packaged tea. And then I think we just call it a day. We say it's a glorious success. Oh, look at that. This is being sorted as well. Got more tea coming in from this field. This is tremendous stuff. That field's being ploughed. This is going to be ready soon. And here we go. All of this tea that they're grabbing, all the lovely, precious tea buds and all that kind of stuff, buds and leaves that they're plucking away at, that's going to get turned into proper packaged tea. It's going to be Geek Cupboard tea. We can go to the shelves and buy it and such. During dry season, perennial plants become dormant, starting to hibernate until dry time passes. Okay, that's not tea, is it? It's hibernating. Okay, all of our tea is now hibernating. Yeah, can you finish planting it at least? Oh no, it's hibernating during the dry season. Oh, this is terrible news. Okay, once this is harvested from Little Field by the Hill, this is going to be good. So I think it's all done. But we don't get that much from there, of course. 304 is more than that. There we go. So I think that's done. That is now hibernating as well. Right. Okay, when you play in Europe, I know the greenhouses. The greenhouses are still going strong. Okay, right. It's not so bad. So I think over here is Chappie. Yes, look. Chappie is working on a thing. He's working on making some tea. Can we add another person? I think we can. Okay, right, over here, to maybe kind of wrap things up a little bit, have we got somebody that can work on, machines and stuff? Elliot Powell. Right, Elliot Powell, you go into there, and Elliot, you can go into there. So now there's 2 of you that can work on this. 2 people to go into the factory and start... You've just left the factory. Why have you left the factory? Hang on, have they made some already? Hang on a second. No, they haven't. I got excited there, and it was ill-placed excitement. Yeah, they are picking up quite a lot of tea, but we want to get the packaged tea. Takes a while to make the packaged tea. They've got to do many things in there to make that, but it'll be done soon enough. I think we are mere seconds away from making our first lot of packaged tea, and there we go. I think it's done. I think they will move that over to a warehouse or something else kind of soonish, and then it will end up down here in the logistics place, and then we can sell it on. We are going to have very soon... There we go. We've got 200 lots of packaged tea. We've just made the first lot of Geek Cupboard tea. Okay, that's really good. I'm very, very happy with that. They are still sorting out this field here. Now, I do wonder if that's why we haven't got the kind of skip the season button, because when you play in Europe, when it gets to winter and nothing much is happening, there is a button that appears and you can press it and it skips through the winter when nothing much is happening, and it gives you a little kind of sort of a little update about what happened over winter, what you spent on wages and what you made and what you sort of acquired, what goods you got, if you've got I don't know, animals and such, and then it puts you right back in spring when you can do farming stuff again. But we haven't got that button here, and I'm not quite sure why that's the case. I do not know. So maybe it's because this field is still being worked on. So possibly, if they finish working on that field, we might get that button. But I think I've now got 400 lots. I mean, you haven't got that much money left. We haven't got that much money. But I would like to get through a year. Because I think, when you start the game, it is the 1st of the 1st, isn't it? Is it the 1st of the 1st? I'm now not entirely sure it is, but I'd like to get through to 2026. So let's just keep time ticking on a little bit. But look at that. We are making some... Oh, packaged tea is look at that, plus 16% demand. So tea itself, down 14%. 1783 we get for that. That was on 19 something not that long ago. But okay, that's tumbled down. But packaged tea, oh, huge demand for that. 76.58 we can make for that. So we could make 30 grand. Good grief. Okay, we'll set up an auto trade to do that because we've got nothing else to do with this. We'll add a trade item. So tea, so like that, and sell above 0 because we have no need to keep it. So yes, sell above 0, please. Somebody come and take our packaged tea away and pop it on the shelves, and we can all enjoy some lovely Geek Cupboard tea. Imagine having a nice cup of Geek Cupboard tea. That would be fantastic. But there we go. So 400. I'd like to just sell that on. Are you buying it? I think they did. And there we go. There we go. We've just made 30,000 monies from some lovely Geek Cupboard tea. Proper tea, packaged up. Some of it was in tea bags. Some of it was loose leaf. You had a variety of things to cater for people's needs and desires and such. And there we go. There we go. With that done, I think we will wrap things up for now. I think that's a very good point to leave things. I think, we've done what we wanted to do. We've made a tea farm, and I think now that we've got the factory in that's turning our tea leaves into packaged tea, I think that's it. I think, if we were to carry on playing, which we're not going to do, sorry everybody, but we're going to wrap things up with this. This was like a little sort of a lovely one-off tea farm experiment type thing. But I think what we do is we get another one of those in and pop it over here, and then get another one, have several of those, and then I think, yeah, we'd just try and get, in fact, maybe not even 3. Maybe we'd get like many of those, dozens of them possibly. There's loads of tea factories making packaged tea from the huge amounts of tea that we get from the fields. I think that's what we'd end up doing. And we just make a fortune out of it. There's another 10 grand. Thank you very much, everybody. And we've still got so much tea left. So if we had even more of these, imagine the amount of money we'd make. So there we go. We set out with a question to ask whether you could make a sustainable farm that only sells tea. And the answer is yes. Yes, you can, and there it is. We've got, 3 very big fields, one sort of moderately sized field, 2 moderately sized fields actually, that one, and then one littler field. Got some greenhouses, we could get some of these sort of tech stuff unlocked, and then we have our one and only factory. But even though we've only got this right now, I think that would generate quite a bit of money. If we left that running, that would generate quite a bit of cash. There we go, more money coming in just from selling the packaged tea. See, if we had loads of those, it would just generate an absolute fortune. It would be amazing. And of course, let's not forget that we are getting a little bit more money from these things, due to the fact that I put cash onto easy setting at the start, just to reflect the fact that you lovely people out there are helping out a little bit and you're buying our products and such like. Thank you very much. But yeah, there we go. We've gone into 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. And it looks as well like that field is almost done. They've got that set up. There we go. That's another field with lots of tea in it. So our, 6th field? Yeah, 6 fields. Now, when that's all sorted out, do we get the skip option? No, we don't. Interesting. So at the minute, we can't skip through the dry season when everything's hibernating. We would have to sit and just watch as pretty much nothing else happens. We can't skip through the dry season. Okay, that's a little bit obscure, but right you are. There we go. So yeah, if we were to carry on playing, yeah, we'd get these fields all set up with the irrigation stuff. And yeah, we get lots of these factories. And I think, yeah, it would be super profitable. I think we'd make a lot of money. But for now, we shall wrap things up. We went out to prove a point, and we've shown that, yes, you can have a farm that solely sells tea and makes quite a lot of money from it, which is a wonderful, wonderful, amazing thing. So if you do happen to have a lovely cup of Geek Cupboard tea, then yeah, let us know how it was. If you found it in the shops, and yeah, tell us how delicious it was. And if it wasn't, I don't want to hear from you, sorry. But yeah, we'll wrap things up. So really, it just remains for me to say thank you very much. Again, I know we said it earlier, but a great big huge thank you for coming into the Geek Cupboard and just being part of it all and watching and commenting and liking and helping out on occasion. We've had lots of help in various kind of series across the years, thinking of XCOM and Crusader Kings and Civ and all that kind of stuff. So if you've joined in any kind of capacity, in anything Geek Cupboardy, thank you very much indeed. So yeah, we've done 9 years. I mean, who knows how long this nonsense is going to rumble on for? I've got no idea. I don't know. I'd like to think quite a few more years yet. I think there's plenty more nonsense for us to ramble on about still. So for the minute, we'll wrap things up. But yes, thank you very, very much for being part of 9 years of Geek Cupboard stuff. Even if you've joined, I don't know, last week, if you've been here since the very beginning, and I know there are a few people around still that have been, pretty much 9 years. I think there's some people, some of the old guard that are around that have been here for a good long time. But yes, however long you've been here and whatever you do here in the Geek Cupboard, thank you for coming along and being part of this very silly journey. Because yeah, it's been wonderful. 9 years. Let's see if we can get to 10 and then just go from there, shall we? That shall all be very wonderful. But yes, we shall wrap things up for now with our birthday tea growing special. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. If you have, please do leave a like. That will be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, although I suspect maybe you probably are subscribed because you're watching the 9th birthday special, but if you're not subscribed, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with all the other bits and bobs and nonsense that we get up to in the Geek Cupboard. But for now, thank you very much for joining me on the Geek Cupboard's 9th birthday, and I will see you next time.
Ted, run quicker, Ted. Oh, Ted is green. Oh dear. Timmy is looking very bad. Okay, there's still the same amount of water. I'm guessing we didn't get robbed. Ah, we got robbed. In no way is this going to break the radio, Ted. And you've broken the radio, Ted.